And to all the ones that are gonna watch this video and be like, oh, Phil, you sound like you're just being a hater too, blah, 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 blah. You can feel that way, but my problem isn't really Joe Budden's opinion about these things. It's more or less the hypocrisy when it comes to his opinion about these things. Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the channel. Today is a very special episode, or video, I guess you can say. We are talking about Mr. Joe Budden, everybody's favorite person on the internet to love or hate. This is funny because I actually wanted to wait for this topic and put it on my podcast, but I felt like people reacting to this so much right now that I'm like, fuck it, just put it out. Feed the streets. Let's do it. And if you don't know about this drama, this is the drama between Mr. Joe Budden and the Tim Duncan of hip hop, Mr. J. Cole. I feel like when it comes to J. Cole, Joe Budden is either hot or cold. Like J. Cole is either this spitter that most people can't mess with, or he's just some guy who has dog shit and he just throws it away. Like that's how Joe always kind of portrays himself, you know, and I've always thought it was, you know, a little fucked up. You know, I'm a huge J. Cole fan, as everybody knows, so I'm going to have my biases. But regardless of if you like J. Cole or not, I feel like you still realize how good he is at what he does. I feel like Joe tries to minimize that. A lot of it stems from jealousy as well, too. And I know a lot of the Kendrick fans and the Drake fans are rolling their eyes, but it's true, man. You know, we call J. Cole the Tim Duncan of rap, but if I'm going to be honest, I feel like if we're looking at Joe Budden's career, he's more like Muggsy Bogues, right? He's one of those people where you're just like, all right, you clearly are not meant to be here, okay? We love your hustle. We love your hustle. He's aggressive. He's aggressive. He's a team player. He can really get the locker room in check. He's one of those guys. He's a team morale guy. You know, that's how I look. That's how I look at Joe Budden. I'm like, you're essentially useless when it comes to this sport, but at the same time, I see your hustle. I like you. And, you know, good for you. It's cute. He can go. Like, don't play around with him. Like, if you're just some guy who doesn't rap, like, don't think you can just sun him. You know what I mean? But at the same time, when it comes to other rappers, right, he's not really in that class to me, especially when you talk about elite people. And I think he knows that about himself. And I think for him, people like J. Cole really, really annoy him because he can see how good their potential is, and it seems almost attainable. And when I say this seems almost attainable, I'm not saying J. Cole is some sort of god or Kendrick or Drake are. No matter what you do, right, no matter what you're good at, there's levels to this shit. And I think when you're really good at anything, you can see the difference in talent between you and the top players. And I think Joe is good enough to see the difference in talent between him and the big three. And that's what really gets him and causes him to go on these like weird hate tirades that are so inauthentic as well too. And authenticity is one thing I've always kind of prided Joe Budden on. You know, there's a lot of things you can take away from Joe Budden, right? But his honest thoughts have always been something that I felt like you could always rely on him about. But when it comes to weird takes like this, you know, I have to kind of step back and be like, maybe I was wrong. And to all the ones that are going to watch this video and be like, yo, not for nothing. Oh, Phil, you sound like you're just being a hater too, blah, 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 blah. You can feel that way. But my problem isn't really Joe Budden's opinion about these things. It's more or less the hypocrisy when it comes to his opinion about these things. Here he is in this clip talking shit about J. Cole.
Anybody in the world that could not be happier that J. Cole's Civic broke down, it's me. I jumped for joy when the news came across my feed that J. Cole and this stupid performative ass Civic broke down like J. Cole knew it would.
It wasn't the newest of Civics.
No, his ass came out and said, this is a Civic from 96 when I got my first. That's the Civic you shouldn't be driving, Jermaine. You shouldn't be driving. Go get a new Civic. Stop with this fucking, I'm rich, but I relate to you. College. This is the first car I drove when I had dreams of being a nigga. You talking about going from countryside, one side of the country to another side of the country in a car.
A Civic.
In an old
In a
Civic.
Civic, in an old Civic.
Old Civic.
Then he got the nerve to tweet like he disappointed that it broke down. Nobody was happier than me and him that car broke down.
That performative ass lame shit. Then just a week ago, he was saying this.
Congratulations to
Congrats,
J.
man.
Cole.
Amazing.
Really big number. I'm not shocked by it. He is still big three. I know the narrative.
No,
Y'all
he is.
tired of it, but he is. He's him, and he's in the Civic. He's driving around. He's meeting with his fans.
Fire.
Big turnouts at a lot of colleges. I saw Axe say that it was performative. What's wrong with performers being performative?
Yeah, word.
I want to give, and you still stand to who you are, though.
That's the time.
That's the part where I don't care if that. I don't even call that performative,
Right.
bro. If that nigga
He's
had,
a performer.
Yeah.
What the fuck are we
I'm
talking
getting
about?
out marketing my album.
And that's what marketing is.
Businessman.
That too,
Fuck
but
we talking about?
And
If I
it
got-
works because even people, like I've said it 1,000 times, I'm not a fan, but that makes me interested that he's riding around in Civic. You bring new people in, like
True.
That's
Oh,
when
yeah,
you're supposed
for
to be
sure.
performative when you fucking promote.
He
some
picked
shit.
fans up and let them get in the car and
That's
listen
so
to the
lit.
album. And
That's
Took a
so
picture in
lit,
front of the
bro.
Civic with this one girl that was beautiful.
I saw that.
Took a picture, right? I didn't see it. Wasn't no crowd.
Don't just
Looked like they was alone. He took a picture with this one really, really beautiful girl in front of the Civic. That's the one I saw.
I saw that
was
one
going
too.
around.
That's the one I saw.
networking.
Y'all funny.
Networking.
Yeah, that's all.
Yeah, you know what I mean?
But I love the idea.
Influencer.
I love the idea. I think it's genius. And there's a billion ways for you to be performative. Look at the way that he chose.
Right.
That's true.
Right.
Look at what he chose and what it represents. Like honestly, the Civic.
I was just about to say it
So
ties directly into who he seems to be in the public.
I think more people should be performative.
Yes.
Yeah.
Like, and be human beings.
Yeah.
So it really comes down to this. Unless Joe randomly has amnesia about last week's show, or he met J. Cole and had some sort of awful interaction with him, which changed the way that he perceives J. Cole, this is just plain hypocritical. And it's weird. And he's doing it either for attention online or because he is a little bit jealous, I think, of the success. It's a different ballgame when all these former rappers can now become media outlets now. Past transgressions with other hip-hop artists might change how they feel about them and might affect their objectivity when it comes to presenting videos on screen. It's much harder to say an album's good if the dude who made the album fucked your wife. Okay? It's just true. These are just real things. And these are the types of things that happen in the rap game. Somebody fucked your girl. Somebody saw you outside of the club and beat you up. It might be 20 years ago, but in your head, that shit was just yesterday. And now this nigga needs your press in order to carry the sales of his album, and you're not giving it to him. Not because it's not good, but just because you don't like him. But you're presenting it as if it's not good, and you're making imaginary flaws for people on the internet to react to so you can get more attention while you tank their shit. And it all destroys objectivity. I've said this before on the channel. The friend of hip hop commentary is objectivity. But these dudes and all these hip hop outlets with these fragile egos wake up every day trying to chip away at objectivity. There is no truth. It's only what narrative I create. That's what they want to live in. And it's up to us to hold them accountable for it. But let me know what you guys think. Do you think Joe is an asshole for flip-flopping on J. Cole and then running his name through the mud with this whole marketing campaign thing? Or am I crazy? Let me know in the comments. Please make sure to like, share, subscribe. I'll see you guys later. Peace.